Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. I've moved past the Selma. I don't know if I've done a video on it yet, but we'll start with this one here. This is on D-Day or Overlord. D-Day in the files, Overlord on the map here. Spawned into the north. We are tier 9 with a tier 9 and 10 battle. I have a pretty good battle here with the Selma. This is an interesting one, guys. We'll talk about it probably several more times in the next few weeks. I'll eventually do a review on it. But I just wanted to kind of show you this particular game because it really shows the, I guess I'm going to call it a vicious combo to some extent. I found the Blesk to be very competent as a light tank. The size of it, although it was bigger than most of the little light tanks, was small enough that you could use some bushes. This thing's massive. I mean, it's just an absolutely massive light tank, scout tank kind of thing. It can do it, and I'm going to have some success doing a little bit of both right here. But it's also got a really wicked gun on it. Okay, so we drop 182 on that. I hit a quick reload, and we'll get out of there. Sturv gets a little bit extra damage off of that one, but that is not assist for me. Bit curious about this off to our left. A lot of times, if we don't really watch that, people will get up into those bushes and start lighting you when you pop up and over where the Sturv is. I'm also in the testing phase on this thing. I don't really know what its capabilities are in terms of camo. I was a little bit surprised I wasn't getting spotted right here, because I knew it was good but not amazing. Although the other team only has another Selma. Now, break. Be really careful with stuff like this. You know, if they had an ELC or a Manticore or something with better camo and a little bit more burn through, that's what I'm worried about right there. I'm glad I was watching that. Guys coming around the left because we're not really looking at it. But I think you can find yourself getting out spotted in this. Again, it's not horrible on the camo, but it's just not going to match up against things like G-Swords or Manticores, stuff like that. Just be careful with it. You've got a nice gun. Also resist the temptation, like you would with the Blesk or any other auto-loading light tank, of just YOLOing out and trying to shoot people by standing in, like this. I'm just going to back off and fire as we go. I do eat a shot. I get some off of him, so to speak, and we put a big thump on him. So we did 644 assist, and it looks like we got, I don't know, 500 or so off of him. But we ate a shot. So our votes have decreased. We've only got so many hit points. We'll only have so many hits. Really, at this tier, that's only 2 hits before I'm out of the game, roughly. Maybe 3, depending on who's doing it. But we're going to keep looking for assists. Keep looking for opportunities to shoot people. Just gun him down. Oh, not quite. Not quite. And this is where the timing of that and being careful. I don't know if I'd have stood in if I'd have taken the last 21 hit points off of him right there, or whatever it was that he had. But I was lit, and I was pretty high on that hill. The longer you sit there shooting, the more opportunity the enemy team has to shoot you. So it's going to be a real balancing act when you're playing these tanks, the Blesk, this one, and the tier 10. While it shoots fast, it takes a while to get all those rounds down range, so you're going to have to be cognizant of that and make your decisions wisely on how long you're going to stand in. They have a WT E100 hiding right there, so I really didn't want to push into him. There's also an STB around, so that WT will take me out in 2, definitely in 3 hits. There he is. Come up here, look for shots maybe. Can we get, no, don't see him there. Everything else appears to be down south. We're at 1,221 damage, 850 assist. Buildings are in the way right there. That's not going to work. Keep working around the edge of this fight for the moment. But there does come a time with this tank, with the Blesk this or the Tessak, where you can absolutely do just killer damage. That's a shooting technique you should probably use. I eat one right there. I stood in too long. Lucky I got missed. Another shot by the T-30, and he dies. So we're up to 1,500 and 2,285, but we lost more votes. We're down to 481. Take a look there. Nope, don't see him. And now it's basically getting towards assassin time, although I can't quite take down a WT with 1,700. All right, that's a little closer, but 1,400 is too much. Well, 600 is close. That's ballpark. Let's see what we can do with this guy. Auto. Oh, that's definitely it. There we go. So we eliminate him. 1,776. 1,776. Look at that. Ow. Was that HE? I think I switched to HE in there somewhere. I didn't talk about that, but oh yeah, so I was nope, I'm AP with this guy. Nope, I have HE as my next round, so I'm just shooting AP. But that's all I needed with this dude. We'll just start shooting. You'll notice how long it kind of took me to gun that dude down. One thing I find against Artie especially as you sit there shooting him is if they're close to the reload, sometimes it gives them enough time to get that shot off. I screwed this up. I should have gone straight for the ram. Should have just auto-aimed him. I actually stop and try to be clever and work around it, but probably could have got the... oh, this guy gets in the way. Like, come on out. Oh, ran out of shells. All right, then down he goes. So we cleaned this thing up with 2,512 damage, absolute romple stomp, 2,284 assists. We ended up with 2 kills. Pretty good result for the Selma. I like the combo. I wasn't pressed with a better light tank in terms of camo on the other team. That's something to take into account every time you assess the battle and what you're going to do. But if allowed to, this thing can do some scouting roles, and if you can get to the mid to late game exactly like the Blesk or the T-17, then it's absolutely brutal in terms of closing out near deads and just causing massive damage on permissive shots like on the SPG where he just couldn't do anything, and you just see his hit points. You'll see it on these games when you're looking around. You know, you can see depending on how you have your markers set up, you can see the strength bar, and you see one of these things jump out, and whether it's your guy hitting someone else or someone hitting your guy, you just see the health bars just go away. It's like brutal on them. Not bad tank. Not bad tank. I'll do a full review on it a little while later after I get a little bit more play time. I have finished grinding it, but it only took me about 14 battles to get the 10 based on all of the blueprints that you get off of it, but eventually we'll do a review on the Selma. I do like it. I don't think it's a particularly fantastic light tank. It's competent at times, but it is brutal, much like, say, a Barask or a Char Futur in the middle to late game where it can absolutely gun down things. That's all I've got for today, guys. Have a great one. We will see ya.